But according to the wiki, Light has the appearance of a 13-year-old child. I think we can agree with the fact that Mia looks about his age on a physical level. Absolute file. Mere child, he said. Hold on. Mere child, he says. And this motherfucker want it. Certified lover boy, certified pedophile, that's all I'm saying. That's my boy. Oh, he dead then. The disrespect, bro. The only thing that rivals this level of disrespect is what they've been doing in Gacha Kudo to one of our main characters. Seriously, round of applause for his VA. He sounds so pathetic, like this is actually him being like, no, you can't do this. This right here is why I keep saying stuff like the second episode are so important for a show that's all about revenge. Because if it was just episodes like these, imagine this. I'm sure there's some people who wouldn't care. They'd say, oh yes, 6 episodes of nothing but bloodshed. But that's why we're happy those people don't make anime. Because they would write really shit stories. Because the average person would grow numb to this shit. Because as cool as it is to see a big action spectacle or a big bloody death, if you do it every time you tune in for the show, you start to lose the, oh, first time. Second time, oh, that's still shocking. Third time, we've seen that before. It's been a little bit. The last real big piece of revenge was Mr. Pupper, who we still don't quite know what happened to. And honestly, I'm sure for some people, that's an issue. We heard that his fate was going to be worse than death. At some point, we'll probably learn. To be honest, I'd be okay if we had to wait till a second season to properly see that mutt in all of his pain and agony. Because by letting the viewer's mind race, you really don't know what type of sick and twisted stuff Light as a character is capable of, or Dark, depending on the day of the week on what he's going under. Such an impressive episode, though. Really, there's no other way to put it. Like, we knew most likely our boy was going to get involved and get really pissed off over what probably was going to happen to the kids, on top of the fact that we ended the last episode with some adults that, he was on pretty good grounds with. Like, he liked them as people, and we saw them get skewered. It was just a matter of, like, how we were going to learn, or how he was going to learn, and then it would trigger this kind of, like, death to all elves. And as we see, the bracelet immediately came in clutch, summoned Mia, who basically ran away from Diddy, literally looked at her dead in the eye and said, you should be happy to hold my seed. He wanted to breed someone. Now, we don't know her actual age. I tried to look it up on a wiki. There's no information. But according to the wiki, in terms of our MC, he has the appearance, as it says, of a 13-year-old. Probably safe to say her appearance is mostly identical to that of his. This grown-ass adult elf wanted to breed a human child, bro. Certified lover boy, certified pedophile, that's all I'm saying. And he deserves the worst fate known to man. And boy golly are they delivering. And this man could have ended the fight within 2. He didn't have to talk to him. He's toying with him. And I feel like that's what's going to make him such a psychopath of an MC, is that he's going to purposely, his revenge and his torment is going to be handcrafted for every single person, because for a character that a simple hit from a human child sent him into such a rage that he could no longer keep the experiments alive and was like, okay, I'm going to skewer them. Thank God for the Dark Elf. If it wasn't for, as they say, sloppy patchwork, he would be dead too, because 2 of those kids are dead. Like, they ain't waking up. Unless we have a card that allows us to revive them. I don't know if that's a thing. To be honest, I wouldn't even be mad if it was a thing. But either way, as it stands, 2 dead, 1 was gravely wounded, and the other is emotionally scarred. They deserve all the pain they're going to get and more, and I'm completely here for the chaos. Now, of course, before we jump any further, gotta mention this. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, share your support, subscribe. If you're new around here, a lot of you forget that. And of course, Patreon's where you can catch my full live reactions to all these episodes and more if you also want to help fund the channel and videos just like these. If you join the Patreon before the end of this month, I'm doing a 1-year giveaway to my Patreon, so consider supporting now, because you might end up winning a year subscription to the Patreon. Easily the best episode, if I'm being real. There's been like 3 cases where I'm like, this is the best episode. But this one really does clear. It's like the voice work. I think that's what brings it together. I hate this elf with a burning passion. I really do. But you gotta admit his VA,
beautiful. He's pathetic. He sounds like he truly believes in the bullshit he's throwing. He's like, how dare you, I'm the best, I'm the lowly humans. Like, he truly has, like, he's a pure 100% hater, and he thinks he's hot shit. And he thinks he can do no wrong. And when mistakes are made, it's someone else's excuse. And his voice work just did amazing. And honestly, the animation for the show has been solid. There's moments of excellence, and for the most part, you know, there's a lot of like normal looking anime shots, but the faces in this episode, the reactions, they went extra with the Sakuga, not because of the attacks, but because of just the overall reactions of the characters' faces. And it was brilliant for the emotion. It's so interesting because, like, as we know in this world, humans are the weakest. And I've seen a lot of like speculation why that is, but to me it just kind of makes sense, and honestly I'm surprised more media doesn't do this. Humans have a very short lifespan. I think even dwarves typically live longer than a normal human would. So the fact that you have elves and dwarves and all these other creatures, like, naturally humans would feel like the most basic of them all. But the thing about humans is, like, typically, even if you look at a video game series like Mass Effect, humans, even in the grand picture of all these amazing species, because of our limited lifespan, they write it in a way that allows for us to achieve really great feats in a short amount of time, where other species can dilly-dally to get to objectives. But I think it makes sense, like, the elves are more natural, in tune with magic, and just like, you know, beast people probably are more physically, and the fact that they probably have longer lifespans, or they just are naturally, I just think it makes sense that humans are considered the weakest. Like, it's not to say we don't have the most potential if we were to go against species like this, but yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me. So a character like Light, being who he is a complete anomaly. And obviously, as I said last week, I really like seeing people really support him on the human side, because it's like, hey, maybe we have a chance to actually rise up and not be like underneath the shoes of everyone who walks over us. And now we get to see how that is when probably some of the biggest racists known to man in this show, who literally a human child even getting in a sucker punch on him is like, I'm the king, how dare you, and, you know, death to all the peasants. It's so cool watching him just, because he doesn't feel like a mage. It's not like the arrogance of like, a mage no, a mage shouldn't be able to do this. But the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Disc of mages, yeah, he's able to do stuff that just doesn't make sense in the grand picture of so many people, right? And it's just great. I feel like the logic of the show makes sense, and if, say, like, after this big revenge tour here, they take 3 episodes before the next big shocking moment, that's not an issue for me. Like, they could probably do a few episodes in a row of pure nonstop bloodshed, but the more you give that space, more you give that breathing room, so it's not just him being edgy, the more when he is edgy, or when people have bad things happen to them, the more it's like, oh shit, you gave us a breathing room. It's kind of like, I guess, if you were to binge a series like this and read it, you're not going to really feel as, like, you may really enjoy the story, but you're not going to feel as shocked by the edge if you consume it in a 24-hour window versus spacing it out. And I think they're doing a great job with the pacing. And honestly, production was great this episode. And I'd go as far to say this was my personal favorite episode I watched all week, which is saying a hell of a lot, because this isn't even in my top 5 shows of the season, but I like it a lot. But this show just, I don't know, this episode clicked with me in a way that I wasn't expecting. And the revenge tour is freaking awesome. Let me know your thoughts though down below on this week's episode. Drop a like, share your support, subscribe if you're new around. You have Patreon, full live reactions and exclusives. And hey, I also like to give video shoutouts to those wonderful patrons. So today we got Pacifist Gunslinger, Corefish, Kalad Joko, Mike Joe, Crazy Cards, Drew Stern, Valerie, and we also have Coom Snatcher. So I appreciate the support. Please take care and you have a good one.